John the Van Guy. Another happy day. This is on the Toyota my MR2, replacing brake pads, rear brake pads on an MR2. Easy job, you'd think. Yeah, that's what I thought. I've done many before, but not on this particular car. But I'll show you some of the problems I came across that might help you to avoid. Okay, I've fitted this one, so I'm not going to remove it again. I'll just show you what it looks like. And then we look at the other side and show you some of the issues. Okay, now if you look at this, let's see at the torch, you can see the springs. Now these are supposed to be anti-rattle springs. On this one, this came with the, I think this is some sort of spring holder, but you can see the curve. I've got some around the side here and I'll show you, which actually fit on those lugs. And one of them was missing, and they're asymmetric, so you've got to put the right ones in on the front and the back. Now if I can show you the back, I can show you, that helps. No, it's not so easy from here. Now I've got them all in. But okay, that's what it kind of looks like. Let's look at the other side. It'll probably be easier to demonstrate this from the other side. Okay. Not trying to get too mucky. Yeah, it's taken me a while. Now, let's have a look at some of those clips for a start, I mentioned. You can get a pack of them. Euro car parts have them. This is for the Toyota. That's one of the clips I showed you. And there's top and bottom ones, not all exactly the same. So as I said, they're kind of asymmetric. So let me show you. See, they're not carbon copies. And then you've got these. Now these are the ones that go on the back bottom I found. Maybe on the top as well. Ah, there they are. There's two of those. Anyway, so you do have a range of clips. Right, now let's have a look in here. Now when you take the brake shoes out, these aren't too bad actually, but I'm replacing them anyway. So this is the outside one with this clip on here, and it's to do with the anti-rattle, I believe, or maybe it's holding an ABS wire or something, I'm not sure. But this one you've got to take note of. This is the one on the back, and notice it's got a little lug on the back of it. Now that little lug has got to line up with the piston head inside. Like, let's see if I can show you. Can you see in there? Don't know if you can see that clearly. There's grooves in the piston head. When you see grooves in the piston head of your caliper, that's telling you something. And one thing it does tell you is you can't just push these calipers in, you've got to turn them. And for that you need one of these turning tools. Another thing about this is those lugs, or those triangular shaped holes in the piston head, have actually got to line up with that. So when you're putting back, you might find that when you're putting this carrier, this lid down, that you won't be able to close it because the piston head is catching on the back of your pad. So keep that in mind while you're doing this, and so you might have to turn it. And as for the tool are an absolute necessity. This is one of them. They're not expensive. It's a Hilker one, got from Screwfix. And those are the little knobbles that you got to there, depending on the size of the piston head and where the actual grooves are to insert. Then the idea is you can see how much pressure I put on. That's supposed to be straight, like in the picture. You actually put it on, it becomes quite obvious when you've got it in there, and you can actually screw it in through this bit. So I won't demonstrate that, you'll be able to work it out, I'm sure. So that's it. So if you didn't put these in, the danger is apparently you get rattle. The idea is to hold these will hold the pads snugly so they don't rattle against the caliper. I think that's the idea. And there's also little lugs on these which stick out apparently, and I think it might be on the inner one. Let's find one of the inner ones. One of those. And that one doesn't have it. No. I thought I had one on. Oh, that one. Now you see that little bit there. I think that is the thing that when you're going metal to metal, so it touches the disc when your pads are really worn down, that will cause a squeal, which is an indication that your pads are down to the metal. So you should stop and change them, otherwise you're going to damage your discs. And I think that's what that is, that little thing sticking out there. That's a little squeal stick, if you like, to actually warn you. Okay, so ideally you think this is going to be easy. You take all it is it's hinged up here, and when you take this off, by the way, this is the sliding. This is a sliding bolt. You should be able to slide this whole unit off that. Now you want to load that with lots of red grease, a lot of people use, and to help with the movement of the caliper head, if you like. So that's a sliding pin. So make sure it's well greased. Also, what people do is they put like paste on the back of these things, and also paste on the lugs, and that's supposed to be also help, and actually probably paste on these things as well, which helps with the movement. And the sort of paste you need, well, there's various types of anti-friction paste. I'm using some long life grease, but you can get the actual real McCoy. There are special greases for doing this. So you smear the back of the pad and the lugs. There also comes with a metal plate on the back of some of these, and if you can retain that, I think that all helps as well. I mean, I've left the plates off in the past because it was difficult fitting things without them falling off, but it's probably best to leave them on if you can. They just clip on to the back of the pads. I think I've got one on there. I can't see one available to show you. Oh, there's one on the other side. Aren't you lucky? That's it. That comes with the back of the pads as well, extra protecting both the pad and I suppose the piston head. And notice the little hole in there to allow for the lug for the rear brake pad. Whew, yeah, more complex than you think, isn't it? At least I made it more complex. Okay, I'll get on with my job. Hope this helps someone. Thank you.